Hey guys, today we are going to be reading How the Bat Got Wings. A Cherokee Nation Tale. So, let's start reading. A long time ago, a bat was a tiny mammal. It had no wings. One day, the mammals and birds decided to play a game. The birds played on one team and the mammals played on the other team. The bat wanted to play with the mammals, but the mammals laughed at her size. "You're too small," they said. But the bat asked to play with the birds. The birds said, "You don't have wings, but we can make you some from out of a drum." The birds stretched the skin of the drum onto the wings. The birds put the wings on the bat and said, "Flap your wings." The bat jumped off the tree and flapped her wings. But she didn't fly in a straight line like birds. Instead, she flew every which way in a crazy zigzag pattern. Remember zigzags are like this. That's a zigzag. Okay. The birds let the bat play on their team, just as she had done before. The bat flew a crazy zigzag pattern. The mammals on the other team could not catch the bat. The bat scored the winning points for the birds. When the game was over, the mammals said, "Who is that superstar on your team?" The birds said, It is the bat. We gave her wings." The mammals didn't know what to say. After all, they had refused to let the tiny bat play on their team. The mammals had learned their lesson. From that day on, they let any animal of any size play on their team. I'm going to go ahead and underline the sentence because it says that is what the lesson is. All right, let's read our close reader habits. Which details would you include to recount the story? Underline the most important ones. Well, I just did that. All right, I think that's a really important one. Let's look at number 1. Number the items to show the order of some events in the story. The bat flies in a crazy zigzag pattern. The birds make wings for the bat. The mammals do not let the bat play on their team. Well, I know it's definitely not this one because, it's not the first one. That one doesn't go first. I'm looking for which one goes first. I know that one doesn't go first because she has to have her wings in order to fly in a zigzag. So let me go back into my story and kind of reread it what happens first. He had no wings. One day, the mammals and birds decided to play the game. The birds and the animals played on the other team. The bat wanted to play with the mammals, but the mammals laughed at her size. "You're too small," they said. Oh, so let's look at our options. The mammals do not let the bat play on the team. That is what happens first. Then what happens? Well, the bat flies in a crazy zigzag formation, or the birds make the wings for the bats. Well, like I said before, the bat had to have wings before she could fly in a zigzag formation. All right. Why do the birds win the game? The mammals cannot follow the bat's movements. The mammals are surprised to see the bat on the team, or the mammals refuse to play against a bat, or the birds fly in a crazy zigzag formation. Well, why didn't they win? Let's go back and look. It says, bat flew in a crazy zigzag pattern. The animals on the other team could not catch the bat. The bat scored the winning points for the birds. So let's see. Let's go back to our answers. The mammals are surprised to see that no, it's not that one. The mammals refused to play against the bat. No, that's not why the birds won. Or the birds fly. Did all of the birds fly in the crazy zigzag? No, it was just the bat that flew in the zigzag. So I know it's not that one. Let's look at A again. The mammals cannot follow the bat's movements. it says that they couldn't catch the bat, so we know if they can't catch you, then they can't keep up with your movements. All right, let's look at talk. Using keys, details from the text, talk to your partner about how the bat's way of flying helps the birds win. So we kind of already talked about that up here. Remember, we said that they were flying in a zigzag, and it was hard for the other animals to catch up. All right, and our short response here, it says, in your own words, recount what happens when the bats play the game with the birds. Be sure to include the most important detail of the story. Use the space provided, and review the game in paragraphs 5 to 8. So let's go ahead and review that. I'm going to pick a different color to highlight in. All right, paragraph 5, and we're reading all the way to paragraph 8. The birds let the bat play on their team. Just as she had done before, the bat flew in a crazy zigzag pattern. The mammals on the other team could not catch up with the bat. The bat scored the winning points for the birds. When the game was over, the mammals said, "Who is that superstar on your team?" The birds said, "It is a bat. We gave her wings." The mammals did not know what to say. After all, they refused to let the tiny bat on their team. The mammals had learned their lesson. From that day on, they let any animal of any size play on their team. All right, so what happens when the bat plays the game with the birds? So be sure to include the most important details from the story. So go ahead and write it here and send me a picture. All right, and I will respond to what you wrote, and hopefully you guys come up with some pretty good answers. And don't forget to check your writing. All right, and we will read the next one next time, so I will see you guys later.